Get through that, you can get through anything, okay? And at that moment, I knew my life would change forever. Hello, how you doing? Yes. Can we all just stand up really quick because we've been sitting for a minute? Can we all stand up, move our legs around? I am Tina. Otherwise...
Meet Tina, stars Tina Wilson, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. As a licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those who have faced life's toughest challenges.
So when someone says, Tina, how did you do? I'm going to say, I had them at the edge of their seat.
Drawing from her personal triumphs over tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, and soul awakening program isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had some type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and I'm like, well, this person's got a cool thing. They do motivation, they do finances. I talk about traumedies. That's not cute. He's like, Tina, you make traumedies look good.
Yeah. Stars Tina Wilson, transforming lives by overcoming one traumedy at a time.
As I mentioned, I am Stars Tina, and I'm a life and health coach. I'm also a speaker and an author. This has probably been the best weekend of my entire life, but I always like to start by going through the audience, right? I see Regina just came into the building. Good morning, Regina. And I see Tiff Handmade. Go to the top and join the club here. I see Sean. I see Loyola. I see Joseph, Melody, Eva, Dr. Moji, Motor, Antoine, Dante, Apostle, and we're coming on up. And remember, everyone has a seat at the table, because when you're up this early, you are motivated, right? And when you come into this space, you're going to get the motivation, the inspiration, the education, all the great things when it comes to your education, when it comes to your mindset, your life. I just left the room. If you guys are here a little bit earlier, Charlene has a room at 4 a.m. She's always dropping all the wonderful gems. Good morning, Melvin. Hey there, Renee, Don. I see Coach and Trisha Rue and Mary Lynn. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I have an amazing topic for you all today. But before we get into that amazing topic, I just want to drop some gems. If you notice at the top of the room, there is a link. And if you click that link, it'll take you to my Instagram. And intentional, that is the word that I'm just going to be screaming from the mountaintops every day. That's my word of the year next year. And my biggest intention now is my YouTube channel. So if you could do me a favor, all right, and just click the YouTube channel and subscribe. Why? Because you're going to get so many wonderful things to uplift your life when you're there. And intentionality brings me to today's topic, right? But before we get into today's topic, I'm just curious if you all know that you are in total control of your life. You're in control of how you feel. You're in control of how you look. And we have these really strong things that God gave us called brains. Yes, and you can just do whatever you want and you need with them. So if you guys, you may have heard, if you've been anywhere on my timeline, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you know it was my birthday. November 14th, it was my birthday. And can I just say it was the best birthday ever. But before I get into the birthday shenanigans, before I get into intentionality, I'm just curious, what has been, hi Gail, if anyone's ever had the best birthday, right? If you've ever had a really, really great, amazing birthday, just put me in the chat. Eva and I are birthday twins. Yay! Write in the chat if you had, hi Trellis, I met you. Me, Coach Kelly, unmike Coach Kelly. Tell me when and why you had the best birthday ever. Go.
Oh man, what was it? Oh, gosh, I just feel like I had one. It was a while ago, but can I just say tomorrow is my birthday, and it's about to be the best birthday ever because I'm going to be hopping on a plane first thing in the morning to go on a trip. So can I count that?
Yes, you can count that. And I'm glad that you said that, because I just want to make it known that you don't have to go away to another country, to another state, to have a best birthday. You don't have to have your family and friends come and visit you to have the best birthday. All you have to do is have a vision to know exactly how you want to feel, right? Again, intentionality is the main thing. But today, it's real important that you realize whatever you put into something is what you're going to get out of it. And I want to talk about relationships really quick, right? Whether you have a husband, a boyfriend, a wife, a sister, a cousin, a daughter. And I was a very young mom when I had my daughter. I was 20 years old. And 20 years old, you really don't know that much about life, right? You're still getting to learn to know yourself. And thank God I had my grandmother. Thank God I had my family there to support. Come on up here, Valerie. Because I did the best that I could, right? And I'm so grateful that my daughter is so wise and so open that she's poured into herself so that she can pour into me so that we can have that open relationship, right? I was looking at something someone wrote. Oh, Lisa Nichols. She has a post on her Instagram. She's laying there on the couch. At first I thought she was sick and her mom was wiping her face. And then I just looked at it and her mom was just simply taking off her makeup. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what is, and she didn't put any note. She didn't put a caption. She put nothing. And so you had the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And I know Lisa Nichols, because you know, she's my sister in my head. We partied this year and she works really, really hard. I don't like that word hard, but she works hard, right? I got to meet her mother as well. And she was probably just too exhausted to take off her makeup. Am I the only woman? Because men, you don't have to worry about this unless you wear makeup. And if so, that's a whole nother story, where you were just sometimes too tired to take off your makeup. And her mother was sitting next to her with the makeup wipe, just taking off her makeup. And I was like, wow, how great is that? Now, I don't know if her mom travels with her to every single place because Lisa does a lot. But as moms, we do the best that we can, right? And I say this to say I'm thinking about my daughter, right? Because as a child, single, 20 years old, like I said, it's tough. And she's shared with me over the years the challenges. And she said to me, she's like, Mom, I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. I just want you to know what I'm going through so that you know how I feel. And sometimes people are going to share things with you. And it's not to say they don't care what you think. They just want to get it out. Right. And she said something this weekend where she was like, she got a little upset because, you know, she said, I remember when I was a child and I got forgotten at school or I got picked up late because she always, okay, not always. Sometimes I got there on time, but a lot of the time she got picked up late. One time I remember I forgot my son at school. He was in preschool and they're like, you forgot to pick up your son. I'm like, oh my gosh, preschool. You're probably like 4 years old, right? I had to call a cab to go pick him up from preschool to pick him up. That was the struggle bus of a single mom, right? But I did what I had to do because for me, it was like work, school, just getting the job done so I could be the best for my children. And I say that to say, even though I wasn't the absolute best mom, I did the best that I could do. And that's all God wants us to do, right? Is to do the best that we can do. And I say that because I poured all these seeds, and then I started adding some fertilizer to it, right? And fertilizer was all the things, all the activities, all the things I did for her, right? I made sure that my children were in all activities, as many as possible, right? And then whatever they wanted to do, that's where they landed because my mother did that for me. I did so many things as a child. She had me in ice skating. I don't quite remember ice skating. I remember the pictures, but you know, I played the flute. You name it, I did it all. And I did the same thing with my children. So my daughter, I think she was 2 years old and I had her in dance. But then it was like, hold up, wait a minute, girl. Actually, it wasn't 2 years old, it was 4 years old. I had her in dance. And again, single mom, I couldn't afford it. So then I stopped. And then when she was in the 5th grade, there was this woman standing outside the elementary school, right? And she was giving out flyers to the Nutcracker. And I used to be a dancer, so I loved dance. And this goes into business, right? As business, you have to get out there and share what you do. You have to get out there and give samples. So if you're like, my business isn't growing, well, are you pushing your business? Are you getting your business out there? This woman standing outside the school, she says, we're having the Nutcracker auditions. And that's how I got my daughter to start dancing again. And that was when she was in the 5th grade, I guess. My point is adding the fertilizer, right? And now she's bloomed into this beautiful, amazing human. And I say that because all I wanted this weekend was to hang out with loved ones. Nothing was really totally planned. Okay, I did have some plans, but they weren't concrete plans. I had a whole bunch of flyers. I had some ideas. I had this. I was like, this is going to be the best birthday ever. I kept saying that to myself. And as you know, this weekend, I was supposed to say this in the beginning, but I forgot. This Saturday, if you were in the New Jersey area, you see here, Traumedy No More for Kids. I've been working on this book. It seems like forever. It's really not forever. This is my kids' version of my main book, and I'm doing a book launch this Saturday. And I'm looking to make it very intimate and very, I don't want to say small, but intimate, because we tend, at least I do, want things to be really, really big. I want a lot of people. But I realized this weekend, you don't need a lot of people to feel connected, to feel at peace, right? And this Saturday, I'm having an intimate get-together in Rahway, New Jersey, to celebrate this book here, Traumedy No More for Kids. And I was actually thinking of canceling it because I was like, nobody's going to come. I don't know anyone there. The people I want to be there aren't going to be there. And then someone said, well, Tina, who do you want to be there? And I didn't really even think that far. I was like, I was like in my feelings, like no one's gonna, and I was like, you know what? Whoever's meant to be there will be there. Because this past weekend, as I said, Thursday was my birthday, and that's when the birthday shenanigans started. The birthday shenanigans were wild. Anyway, this Saturday, sign up if you want to come to the virtual. It's going to be virtual and in person, my book launch. But this weekend was my book launch in my head. I should have brought my book out and taken pictures. I had all these plans, right? Started on Thursday when my mother came. I'm sorry, Renae, my Jesus friend, she came. And then my mother came. And then my daughter came. That was Thursday. And intentional, right? I had to be intentional with everything I was doing. Now, I am that girl. I am always working because for me, work isn't really work. It just kind of feels good. And I'm going to look in the chat for a second because I see a whole lot of notes in here and I want everyone to be a part of this party. I see Pastor Jeff, Grand Rising. Let's go get them. Love it, love it, love it. Tanya said good morning. Trisha said good morning. Okay, everyone's just saying good morning in here. I like the good mornings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning back to you all. Okay, so I would say, you know me well, Pastor Jeff. I just read like the beginning of things. Grand Rising, let's go and get out Toastmasters Club. Yes, and thank you for that, Pastor Jeff, because it's so funny. Renae says to me, Tina, when does the Toastmasters group start? When is it happening? I was like, when I set the meeting. So keep me accountable, people in here. If you want to be a master speaker, if you want to change the world, if you want to express yourself, this Thursday at 7:30 p.m., we're having our preliminary meetings, okay? We're making it happen. You see, this past weekend, I was just going to say, my daughter stopped me. She's like, you're not working, Mom. So this is something I've never done. Oh, I hit the wrong button on my phone. I've never done this, guys. I didn't work at all. Period, Pooh, period. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, woo! So I missed my traffic sales and profit peeps. I missed my shooting stars people. I was intentional about enjoying my birthday. And I said, you know what, Tina, if these people can fly from California, from Kentucky, from Texas, from all these other places traveling in, I can stop what I'm doing to spend all that time with them, right? And this Saturday, like I said, is my vision, is my Traumedy No More book launch in New Jersey. Links in the bio if you want to join. Next month, we are having a vision board event, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be the week before Christmas. And I'm also having an in-person one. Marilyn, I hope you can come. Location is secure because when you do things in person and you're intentional with it, just things come out so much better. So today, I need a little participation here, okay? I got a bunch of letters to go through, but we're going to go through them quickly. All right. I want to talk about the power of moving with intention and how when we trust in God, everything just falls into place just as it should. Now, let's just take a moment to break down the word intentional letter by letter to really drive home what it means to lead with purpose. When you're leading with purpose, when you're leading with intention, guess what? You're going to feel amazing. And sometimes you might rock the boat. It might be a little off, but guess what? You are in control of that because life, as we always say, life be lifing, right? So I want to get hot with you for a second. That's Pastor Mike, he says that honest, open, and transparent. All right. Honest. Do you think everything went as planned this weekend? No. Do you think all the energy was up and excited? No, there were ups, there were downs, right? Because Tina always has a plan. I have to plan everything in my life. Now, it's not to say that things are going to go wrong or not go as planned. I'm okay with that. I just need structure. It just makes me feel secure. I feel at ease. I can breathe when there's structure. When it's not, I'm like, nah, cool. All right. So this is where I need your help. I'm going to read a letter out. When I say the letter, I want you to repeat it after me. So I need everyone to unmic right now. Come on, Pastor Mike, unmic. Trisha, unmic. Mary Lynn, unmic. Can I get back to that screen so I can see everyone? Maybe not. So when I say the letter, I want you to repeat after me. All right? I.
After you, I.
All right. Let's try that again as a team. 1, 2, 3. I. Thank you, family. Inspired.
Thank you, family.
I love him. Inspired by faith. Okay, you can turn your mics off now, peeps. Let your trust in God guide your light, right? Oh Lord Jesus, I kicked myself out the room, I think. I'm back if I kick myself out. Inspired by faith, right? Let your trust in God light your path. We all have a specific path. We all have a plan. And sometimes we don't even know what it is. Don't judge it. Just go through with it and be inspired with that. All righty. I hear someone. Go for it. Who wants to share?
It's Dr. PJ.
Dr. PJ, hit it.
What about those who don't believe in the God of Abraham?
And see, really, PJ, you got.
I for them.
I told you what I said. I don't care. No, I'm joking. Okay. For those that don't what?
For those who don't believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, what's the I for them?
Inspired by you can.
Higher deity.
Thank you. Their higher deity, whatever that is for them. See, I love the challenge, and he always challenges me. Thank you for that, PJ. All right, get ready to unmic, guys. We have the letter N coming up. N. Thank you. Yes, N. Nurture your goals. Water your dreams like seeds to see them flourish. In order for your life to be the way you want it to be, you have to nurture it. I'm going to go right back to relationships because for me, at the age I am, by the way, you're like, how old are you? I turned 52. All right. I leaped into the 52 and I wish all the things I know now, I would have known when I was younger. Okay. And I say that because nurturing relationships, and even now, all the stuff I know, all the stuff I've learned, I'm still nurturing relationships, new ones, old ones, and just really nurture your own relationship. Because once you know who you are, it just makes life so much easier. Last week, when I had a session with my therapist, we were talking about where I am and how I am with certain people. And I just kind of dialed back to 2000, when I was 22, when my father passed away, right? I went through this whole traumatic incident and I lost a few weeks of my life. So I kind of had a conversation with my mother because when you're in a situation, you can't see what's happening on the outside. And I always say there's 3 sides to a story. There's your side, there's the other person's side, and then there's what actually happened. So I asked my mom, I said, what did you see? What do you remember? And she was telling me things and I was telling her how I felt about it. And I was like, whoa. So I want to invite you today, if you have a relationship that you truly cherish, and it's not as close as you may want it to be, just have those honest, open conversations with those people. And sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. But when you're nurturing the relationship, it just makes your life feel so much better. I'm going to say T, scream out T. T, thank you. I want to say Tina's the best, but it's really take action. Step forward even when you're scared. And again, I'm going back to relationships, right? Because you may want to say something like you're feeling a certain sort of way, but you're scared to say it because you're afraid you may hurt the person's feelings. You don't want to seem emotional, but take action to what you want and share, right? We cannot read your minds. If you want to do a certain thing, whether it's to look a certain way, act a certain way, you have to take action. All righty, let's move next. Next letter is E. Thank you for waking up, family and friends. Thank you. And Renee's putting them in the chat for us. The next letter is E. Embrace the journey. Celebrate each step, even the stumbles. All right. When you are on this journey of this thing called life, it's wild, right? Enjoying every moment. And I've realized, again, what you put out there, I didn't even get an opportunity to thank the people. It was just, I cannot believe how wonderful, how beautiful. And you can make people, I don't want to say do, or maybe it's just me, right? Like I'm a pusher. This weekend, when I was in the store, I went into some store, I was in the mall, and I was like, hey, it's my birthday. What birthday gift do you have for me? And I got like this candy bar, this lollipop, this whatever. And wherever I went, I'm like, today's my birthday. What discount do I get? I was literally pushing my energy. And this was on Thursday. I didn't do it the whole weekend. I should have. Pushing my energy out there, right? I was stepping into this journey of my life that I wanted to be, the way I wanted to look, the way I wanted to feel. I am a feeling sort of person. If something doesn't feel right, like I just got to let it go. And, maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know. All right, we got 10 more minutes. Here we go. N. Let's try it again. N. Thank you. I'm not gonna get through all these letters because I don't want to rush. My intention, as I said, was to come through here and inspire you to have a better life. And one way you can do that is by N, never giving up. Right? Never give up on your dreams, never give up on your goals, and push through the resilience. Someone said to me yesterday, Tina, what's your goals? Like, what is it you really want in life? And not goals, I'm sorry, they said dreams. What are your dreams? And this past weekend really, really made me realize what my dreams were. But I'm going to share the weekend with you. And because it was just so beautiful. As I mentioned on Thursday, I made sure that I got all my stuff done on Thursday so that this weekend I was totally off. So that night we went to this beautiful restaurant called Yaleli, and we had a little birthday, dessert, right? And it was great because it was my loved ones. And then Friday, my daughter kept saying, Mom, what do you want to do? What do you want to do for your birthday? What do you want to do? And I was like, go to the beach, because I always want to go to the beach. I love the beach. Love it, love it, love it. And my shoulder started hurting. It does that every now and again. And she's like, let's go for a massage. And I've been on a lot of massages. And I really thought I had been on my best massage in Hawaii. On my honeymoon, we went for a couples massage. And I thought that was like the light of my life, right? So my daughter takes me to this place, La Vista, I think the name of it is. I bought the cholo. Can I tell you, when I make this video, I'm going to make like a whole video. It's probably going to be like 5 minutes long of my birthday weekend. And this was the best massage ever. Again, I think because I just kept saying it over and over again, this is the best birthday ever. And we walk in and the lady points us to the room. And I look in the room and it is so beautiful. They've got the 2 tables set up and they have these balloons, like amazing looking balloons. It says happy birthday. They're gold. It's like stars. I loved it because it had stars. And then they had this bottle. They had this beautiful piece of wood that was like a tray, but it was a piece of wood. Welcome to the building, Portugal. And they had a bottle of mimosas, I believe, and then 2 champagne glasses. And I just looked in there and I started crying. And my daughter's like, are you crying? Because I was just so full of joy and so full of happiness. And every time I feel super, super joy, you know, and PJ, I would love your insight on this. It's like the joy and the happiness just kind of makes me think of my sonny boy, how he's not here to enjoy these moments with me. My daughter said she goes through the same thing, right? I lost my son on February will be 9 years. And whenever I have these great moments, I think of how it would be if he was here. And he is wild. Like my daughter is wild. And he was like her, but times 10. But I'm in this room and it was the best massage ever. That was that night. And then my daughter's like, do you want to go on a dinner cruise? I gave her this thing. We went on a dinner cruise. Lord of mercy, guys. We almost missed the boat. It was at least 50 cars in this line. And I guess it was going to the parking garage. And my daughter legit pulls over and she like passes all the cars. So she's in the wrong lane. My mother's like, you're in the wrong lane. She's like, I know. We legit have like 10 minutes to get on the boat because they said 6:30 boarding, 7 o'clock on. My daughter's in the wrong lane. I'm like, just get out the car. I'll find a parking spot and run there. My daughter's like, no, we can do it. And then I couldn't find my makeup. So we had to go to CVS for some mascara and we're going and we're rushing. I'm like, get out the car. So her and I were screaming at each other. She's like, I'll find a parking spot. I'm like, they finally get out the car. So I'm from Jersey. I'm that Jersey driver. I'm driving and I go to make this turn because I'm like, I see a parking spot. This cop legit jumps in front of my car, starts screaming at me. I'm like, okay. So I park in the Publix and then I run to the boat. I see this other girl running. We're running. We're huffing. We're puffing. We're going. And it's a dinner cruise. And my daughter is a professional dancer. Like she gets paid to party. Like, and not like at the club or anything like that. All right. It's like bar mitzvahs and birthday parties and things like that. So can I tell you, we lit up the place. We had our food. It was a 2-hour cruise. We were upstairs. We started dancing from the time we started till the end. If you want to party, right? Like she's like Mary Lynn likes to party too. It was just phenomenal. And I realized human design, I'm going to talk about that next week because she said, Mom, you have to realize what your human design is because the way I am as a person. And me as a person, I want everyone who's around me to enjoy life. I want everyone to be filled with joy. Now, it's legit just me and my daughter on the dance floor. That's it. The DJ, the DJ's back there living it up. And then I saw these 2 ladies just sitting there. I'm like, hello, get up, move your body. And then people slowly started coming upstairs. And then you could just feel the energy shifting because I'm pulling each person on stage. And this lady's there with her husband. It was an older couple. And then she grabs my daughter and she's like, can you guys take a picture with him? So we take a picture with her husband and then we pull the 2 of them on the dance floor. And then there's little children there just looking at us. We did like a conga line. They broke my shoe, right? Like I broke my shoe on the dance floor. My point is intentional, right? I was intentional about having a great day. I was intentional about having an amazing birthday. That was the cruise. Then, oh my gosh, the next day, I wanted to go to the beach, right? We went to the beach. My daughter gave me a sound bath. It was absolutely beautiful. After the sound bath, I don't remember what we did. Oh, how could I ever forget? We had a Friendsgiving / birthday celebration. Mary Lynn came through, so she got to meet my family and friends. And I recently moved to Tampa, Florida in July. And before I came here, I said, you know what, Tina, you are going to plant roots. I was intentional about it. And I was like, well, so how am I going to do this? I decided I was going to find a running club because I like to run. I need to find a church because I need community with the church. Welcome to the stage, Jackson. What else? Just family roots, right? I found my church with my community. So at this event, our Friendsgiving, it was beautiful. Let me tell you. And I was like, we're not going to have, okay, I'm going to leave with this ending story. Renae and I ordered this dinner because we're going to do our Thanksgiving turkey dinner. We go to pick it up and nothing is cooked, guys. It's legit a frozen turkey. It's 5:30. Dinner starts at 7. We're like, what are we going to do? So we just got some chicken, but it was absolutely amazing. My point is when you are intentional about what you want, it's going to come true. We didn't get through all the letters. I didn't think so. I, inspired by faith. N, nurture your goals. T, take action. E, embrace the journey. And N, never give up. Never. Welcome to the stage, Angelica. Never, ever, ever, ever give up. If you want that flourishing relationship, you have to pour into it. Eye contact. I say that all the time. Look at that loved one in the eyes and tell them how you feel. Sometimes we're scared. We're embarrassed. We're frustrated. It's okay. You have to be open. You have to let it all pour out. I'm leaving the mic open. Anyone want to share their thoughts, comments on today's topic? If so, on mic, say your name.
It's Dr. PJ.
Go for it.
And since you ask, well, come back to me just before you finish.
I'm finished. Go for it.
I have 2 words for you since you asked. And I want you to respond to it. I just want you to think about it later on today. We okay?
Yes, go for it. I'm taking notes.
Survivor's remorse.
Go ahead.
Now I want you to think about those later.
Oh, that's it? That's the only word?
That's it. Those are 2 words.
Okay.
When you said you need Pastor Jeff's help, those are the 2 words, and we can discuss it later.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for rolling through. As I mentioned, this Saturday, I'm having my book launch. I need 7 people. I want intentional 7 people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So click the link at the top, do me a favor, go over to YouTube, subscribe, and I'm going to intentionally be circling with 7 people this Saturday in Rahway, New Jersey. If you want to come to the virtual event, you can do that on the YouTube channel. I did an 8-week series, an 8-week workshop on this book. Traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. We all go through it. We have to push through that pain. And when you watch this workshop series, it breaks down 7 different sections in the book that can support you, empower your children, and just make you feel super amazing. I am Stars Tina. I am that person that's going to take you from good to great to amazing. All righty. And I'm a life and health coach. I am so grateful to be here. So purchase the book, get ready for it. And with that being said, I'm throwing the mic up in the air. And I love you all.
You left off one thing.
What did I leave off?
52 looks good on you.
Oh, thank you. And guess what, Pastor Jeff? That smile looks good on you too. Thank you all for having me. I'll see you next Monday. Peace. And a bottle of hair grease. Grab the mic. Go.
The young entrepreneur was killed at a business he owned downtown.
Laying there in his puddle in his own blood at that point. Literally holding him and screaming his name as he's taking his last breath.
Gaines was 21 years old when he was murdered.
And the Emmy goes to The Tape Room, Jamal Malley Gaines.
What's going on with my son? Like, I'm sorry, your son is dead.
And the last time I saw my brother was in the hallway where he died. And I told him, you need to get a gun. You need to have more protection.
Somebody knows something. Somebody out there has some answers about what has happened.
This is ridiculous. Okay, it should not happen. This needs to stop. Young black man with a business. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yes!
They were coming after the story, even though they shot him, he was still just fighting as he was going down. He went out there charging like a lion, and that's what we named this foundation after, Lion-Hearted Legend, because he had so much freaking heart.
Greatness attracts hate and jealousy and envy and greed. Yes. When what it should attract is motivation. Because that's what Marley did for me. He motivated me.